This is the story of a woman who spent her entire 20s working hard, doing everything right, following every rule she was taught, and still, at 31, she had nothing to show for it. No savings, no progress, no future she could see. Until one afternoon, on a dusty rooftop in her hometown, an old carpenter said 7 words to her that changed everything she believed about how life works. What he told her that day, most people will never hear. And the ones who do hear it, most of them hear it too late. Before we begin, I want to ask you something. How old are you right now? And where are you watching from? Drop it in the comments. In a mid-sized city where everything smelled of cooking oil and exhaust, there lived a 31-year-old woman named Sarah. Sarah was not lazy. That was the thing that confused everyone who knew her, and confused her most of all. She woke up early. She worked 2 jobs. She sent money home to her younger brothers every month without fail. She had done everything her parents told her to do. Study hard. Work hard. Keep your head down. Be grateful. But at 31, Sarah lived in a shared room with 2 other women. Her clothes were clean but old. Her phone screen was cracked and she kept telling herself she would replace it when things got better. She had been telling herself that for 3 years. She had tried other things. She had applied for promotions that went to people with connections she did not have. She had taken one online course and stopped halfway because after 12 hours on her feet, she could not make her eyes focus on a screen. She had started saving once and then her youngest brother needed school fees, and the savings disappeared in a single afternoon. What broke Sarah was not the poverty. It was the confusion. Because she was doing everything right. She was following every instruction that had ever been given to her, and she was going nowhere. Her father called her one Sunday. His voice was tired. "Sarah, I am getting old. I thought by now you would be settled. I thought things would be easier for you than they were for us." She said what she always said. "They will be, Bubba. I am working on it." She hung up and sat very still on the edge of her mattress. Outside the window, the city made its noise, horns and voices and someone frying something that smelled good. The world moving. Her staying still. One thought kept arriving like a knock she could not stop hearing. "I am working hard, but I am not getting anywhere. Why?" The answer came from a place she did not expect. Sarah's aunt lived in the town where Sarah had grown up. On a rare weekend visit, Sarah climbed to the rooftop of her aunt's building to get away from the noise inside. An old man was up there fixing a water pipe with particular patience of someone who has repaired 1,000 things. His name was Mr. John. He had been a carpenter for 40 years. He owned nothing remarkable. A small workshop, a second-hand truck, a house that was modest, but his 3 children had gone to university. His wife had not worked a day since their second child was born. He was not rich, but he was. Sarah realized as she watched him work, completely free. She sat against the wall and watched him. After a while, he looked up. "You have the face of someone carrying a question," he said. She laughed, surprised. "I am trying to understand something. Why some people keep working and nothing changes." Mr. John set down his wrench. He sat across from her on an overturned crate. He looked at her for a moment like he was deciding something. Sarah thought about it honestly. "Resting, watching my phone. Sometimes I try to learn things, but I am too tired." He nodded slowly. Not with judgment. With recognition. "Let me ask you something different. What are you building?" She didn't understand. He leaned forward. "Every person is either building something or maintaining something. Maintaining means doing the same tasks every day to keep your life from getting worse. Building means doing something every day that makes next year different from this year." He paused. Most people spend all their time maintaining a card. They are tired. They rest. They repeat. And they wonder why nothing changes. Nothing changes because maintaining, no matter how hard you do it, never builds anything new. Sarah felt something move in her chest, an uncomfortable shifting. like furniture being rearranged in a dock room. But I have no time to build, she said. I am barely surviving. I know, he said. That is the trap. That is what it feels like. But I will tell you what I told my children, and what I wish someone had told me when I was your age. He held up one finger. You do not need more time. You need different time. Mr. John took out a small notebook from his shirt pocket. He had them handwriting of a man who had left school early, but practiced his whole life. He drew a simple line. On the left end, he wrote today. On the right end, he wrote 5 years from now. Every person arrives at the right end of this line, he said. The question is only what they find when they get there. The people who find a different life, they did not have more hours than you. They used their hours differently. He drew a circle in the middle of the line. There is a kind of time that is different from working time and resting time. I call it building time. It is the hour or two in your day when you are not serving anyone else's goals, when you are adding something new to yourself. He tapped the circle. Most people never find this time because they are waiting for the right conditions. When I am less tired, when things slow down, when I have more money. Those conditions never come. You have to take the time before the conditions are right. He wrote 3 things in his notebook. He showed where one learn one skill that earns. Not a hobby, a skill someone will pay for. Give it 1 hour every day for 1 year. 1 year, not 1 week. 2. Understand money before you have it. Read 1 page about saving, investing, or business every single day. 1 page. Even 1 paragraph. People who understand money before they have it keep it when it arrives. People who don't lose it. 3. Protect your mind from the people who are only maintaining. Spend more time around builders, even in books, even in videos, even in stories. The people around you shape what feels possible to you. This is not small. This is everything. He closed the notebook. The reason 35 matters, he said, is not because something closes at 35. It is because the habits you build before 35 are the ones that compound for the rest of your life. Every year you build, the next year becomes easier. Every year you only maintain, the next year stays the same. He picked up his wrench again. You have time, but not as much as you feel like you have. Sarah went back to the city on the last bus that evening. She sat with her cracked phone face down in her lap and did not look at it once. She thought about Mr. John's 3 things. She thought about the word he had used, building. She had been so focused on surviving that she had never once asked what she was building. She arrived home at 11 p.m. at night. She had to be up at 6 a.m. She had exactly 7 hours. She sat here along 5 a.m. The next morning she woke in the dock and her first instinct was to turn it off. She was tired. She was always tired, but she thought of her father's voice on the phone. She thought of Mr. John on that rooftop, completely free. She sat up. She opened her phone. She found a free course on bookkeeping, something every small business needed, something she could learn without equipment or degree. She watched 30 minutes before she made tea. She read 1 page of a book about money that her colleague had once recommended and she had never opened. Then she went to work. It was not dramatic. Nothing changed that day or the next week or the month after. She was still tired. The room was still small. Her father still sounded worried on Sundays, but something was different. For the first time in years, she was not only maintaining, she was building. And that knowledge, quiet as it was, felt like solid ground under feet that had been walking on water. By the end of the 4th month, Sarah had finished the bookkeeping course and received a certificate. She had read 22 pages about money. She had started keeping a notebook of her own expenses and found, to her shock, that she was spending $400 a month on things she could not name if asked. She stopped spending them. She started saving. By month 8, a woman in her building who ran a small clothing shop asked if Sarah could help her understand why her accounts never seemed to balance. Sarah spent 2 Saturdays with her. The woman gave her money, not much, but money she had earned with her mind at a table on our Saturday. By month 14, Sarah had 3 small clients for basic bookkeeping. The evening work earned her more than either of her 2 jobs. She left the worst one. Then the second. She called her father. "Papa, I want to tell you something. I think I finally understand what I was doing wrong." He was quiet for a moment. Then, "Tell me." "I was working very hard inside a trap. I thought the trap was my circumstances, but the trap was that I only knew how to maintain. I did not know how to build. Nobody taught me the difference." There was a long silence. "Who taught you?" "John, an old carpenter on a rooftop. He fixed a water pipe and explained my whole life to me." Her father laughed. It was the first time she had heard him laugh in 2 years. 2 years after that rooftop conversation, Sarah ran a bookkeeping service from her own apartment, a 1-bedroom she rented alone for the first time in her adult life. She was not wealthy. She was not finished, but she was building every single day. And she could feel the difference between that and what her life had been before. She still woke early. Not because she had to, because the morning hours before the day made its demands were when she was most fully hers. She thought about Mr. John often. She never saw him again. She did not need to. He had given her the only thing that had ever been missing. Not money, not connections, not luck. A question she had never thought to ask herself. What am I building? My friend, Sarah's story is not about bookkeeping. It is not about waking up early or saving money or getting clients. It is about one shift and understanding that changes everything after it. Most people are trapped not by their circumstances, but by their strategy. You need 1 hour, one consistent, protected, non-negotiable hour that belongs to the future version of you, not to today's demands. 1 hour a day is 365 hours a year. That is 9 full working weeks given to one skill, one idea, one discipline that is enough to change everything. So, here is what to do. Tonight, before you sleep, answer one question honestly. What am I building? Not what am I surviving? Not what am I managing? What am I actually building? If you cannot answer it, that is your answer. And tomorrow is a good day to begin.